Sources in the government of India are giving us details of how Twitter is not following the rules. What Republic has got to know is that after a firm response from the government yesterday, Twitter sent a communication late last night sharing details of a lawyer working in a law firm in India as their nodal contact person and grievance officer. The rules require that these designated officers of the significant social media companies must be the employees of the company and resident in India. Twitter has not yet sent the details of the Chief Compliance Officer to the ministry. This is as per the sources in Ministry of Information and Technology, giving details of how Twitter is yet to comply by the new rules that were issued by the government in February. We know yesterday that Twitter sought for 3 more months for complete compliance. We will have Aishwarya, our executive editor, joining us on the phone line to give us more details about what the government stand is. Aishwarya, if you could give our viewers the details of what government sources are telling Republic TV on the compliance, or rather the non-compliance by Twitter.
Tanika, the Minister of Information and Technology, our sources are telling us that after a response from the government yesterday itself, Twitter sent a communication late last night sharing details of a lawyer working in a law firm in India as their nodal contact person and the grievance officer. The rules require that these designated officers of the significant social media companies must be the employees of the company and resident in India. Twitter has not yet sent the details of the Chief Compliance Officer to the ministry, and hence, because it is important, because significant social media intermediaries like Koo, ShareChat, Telegram, LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, WhatsApp have shared details with the ministry as per the requirement of the new rules. But it's only and only Twitter. Why most of the major social media intermediaries, when they have shared the details of their Chief Compliance Officer, nodal contact person and the grievance officer with the Ministry of Electronics and then IT, as required by the Information Technology Act new rules, why is it only Twitter? Why is it only Twitter which has yet not sent the details as simple as details of their Chief Compliance Officer, which according to the law of the government needs to be an Indian resident and an Indian? Why? Tanika.
Yes, and Aishwarya, taking from the details that you're sending us, what government sources have told you is that Twitter is still not following the rules. After a firm response from government yesterday, Twitter sort of complied, but only partially, and that too with some loopholes, because what we know is that the government wanted an employee of Twitter to be appointed as the nodal contact person and grievance officer. But what Twitter has done, as per government sources, is that they have appointed a lawyer who is working in a law firm as a nodal contact person and grievance officer. If you could tell us what could be the impending action against the microblogging site in connection with non-compliance.
With rules, either you follow them or you don't. There is black and there is white. There is no grey when it comes to the rules, when it comes to the following them. Either you are following them or you are not following them. So there is no partiality there. And as far as Twitter is concerned, it is the only social networking site, only platform, which has yet not done. Otherwise, how difficult was it to give details of the Chief Compliance Officer, nodal contact person and the grievance officer? That is as simple, and that's not been done, which has been done by LinkedIn, which has been done by Facebook, which has been done by Google, which has been done by Koo, which has been done by ShareChat and Telegram. But it has not been done by whom? Only one, that is Twitter. Why? Because they are trying to find loopholes in the system. Yes, details were asked. So they saw the upper line, details were sent. But it also says in the subpart that the person has to be an Indian citizen, the person has to be a resident of India and a permanent employee of the organization. Is that so? No. So Twitter is not following the rules. It's as simple as that.
Yes. Aishwarya, thank you very much for joining us and just telling our viewers what government sources have been telling us, that the significant social media intermediaries like Koo, ShareChat, Telegram, LinkedIn, Google, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc. have shared details with the ministry as per the requirements of the new rules. But Twitter has failed to do so. This is what these are the details that Aishwarya was getting us. We will keep a close watch on the developments of the story.